so this is my 36-week pregnancy update. Oh my god, I'm going to be full term on Sunday. This is insane. I'm kind of like about it all, but this week's been really, really good, apart from a few things. So we went to our midwife appointment on Monday and it was all routine. It was the routine 36-week appointment. We got there, she did all the usual checks, urine and my blood pressure were perfect, which I was actually quite shocked at because my feet have been swelling a lot more and I've just been feeling a lot more out of breath and tired, so I thought maybe my blood pressure might have gone up a little bit, but it was fine. I lay on the bed and she had a trainee midwife with her, so the trainee midwife did all the belly stuff. So she felt my belly a bit and the first thing she said to me was, "Are you getting back pain?" And I said, quite uncomfortable. I said, "I guess you could say, yeah, I'm getting back pain, more low down than anything else." And she said, "Well, I think he's back to back." So little Scout is a back-to-back baby at the minute. I'm doing everything at the minute to try and turn him so he isn't sunny side up, because I would prefer if he wasn't. So I'll come back to that in a minute, but basically she measured my fundal height and only got 33 weeks, and obviously at 34 weeks he was measuring 36. So my midwife then came over and checked and she got 36 weeks. So according to fundal height, he is back on track. He's not measuring ahead anymore. So I really just think that the last appointment he was in a position where he was maybe sticking out a bit more, or maybe he wasn't back to back at the time, or maybe he was just in a position where I measured a little bit bigger than I was. The other thing is that his heartbeat was fine, perfect, as usual, and he didn't get excited by the Doppler this time. The last couple of appointments I've had, they've had to really turn the Doppler down because if he hears his own heartbeat, he tends to get a little bit excited and his heartbeat goes up. But he didn't get excited by his own heartbeat this time, so she found his heartbeat and it was perfect from the word go. So that made me really, really happy. So basically, after we found out that he was back to back, my midwife confirmed it. She had a feel around and she said, yeah, I think he's back to back, if a little bit twisted. So she gave me a few tips on what I should be doing to try and turn him, be it not sitting back on my desk. I have an awful desk chair and it would literally lean back to the point where I'm lying down, and that's probably why he's back to back in the first place, because I spend so much time sitting at my desk and leaning back that he's probably just found that comfy spot lying backwards. So I'm trying not to spend so much time at my desk at the minute. Unless I'm filming or editing, I'm not really doing anything. Blog posts I'm writing on my laptop, so I'm not sitting at my desk. I've also purchased a exercise birthing ball, which turned up yesterday. Is a little bit small, if I'm honest. I should have bought the bigger one. I just totally didn't think about it. But I can still use it and I can still take the weight off my hips and I can still roll and I can still sort of move him forward. And I am getting on all fours as well for about 15 to 20 minutes every night to try and get him to fall forward, sort of roll that gravity of his back round so he's facing the other way. So hopefully, if I make it to 36 weeks when my next appointment is, he'll be the good way round. He'll be better. But if not, I will prepare myself for a longer labour, maybe a more painful labour, and we'll see how it goes from there. It really is one of those things where you just got to take it as it comes, because you can birth a baby back to back. It just comes with some difficulties sometimes, and I know this for a fact because my sister's daughter, my niece, was back to back and she went into labour naturally. She did all of the labouring and the pushing, but then Lily got stuck because she was back to back. She wasn't twisting in the right way to come out of the birth canal, so she got stuck and she ended up pooping because she was getting a little bit distressed, and my sister ended up having a C-section. So I'm totally prepared for anything to happen. Liam's just walked in the room and he's creeping like a dinosaur. If you could see this, you would laugh. He's creeping like a dinosaur again. And now he's chomping. My fiance, everybody. My fiance. So after we went through all of the normal stuff, we then went through my birth plan. So my birth plan is now sorted. They know that I want a water birth. There is only one tub in the delivery suite. There are 3 in the birth centre, but unfortunately I can't go in the birth centre because my BMI is 2 digits too high, and they are not lenient at all, even though I've had like the perfect low risk pregnancy and absolutely nothing has gone wrong and they can't see anything going wrong. I am too heavy, I guess. My BMI is just too much. So I have to have my baby in the delivery suite in the hospital, but there is a water birth room there, which apparently doesn't get used very much. So I do have my fingers crossed that it will be free when I do go into labour, if I go into labour naturally. So they know that I want to go as natural as possible and take it as it comes. I say natural as possible because I've never given birth before, I've never felt the pain of labour before, and I don't want to go in saying I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that, because then I'll just do it and I won't even try. Whereas if I go in and say I'll take it as it comes, if it gets to the point that I want gas and air, I'll have gas and air. If it comes to the point where I want an epidural, I'll have an epidural. But I don't want to say that I'm going to definitely have those things until the day comes and it happens. So for the time being, I'm going in and I'm having a baby, and that's all that happens and that's all that matters. I've also decided to not have the shot for the placenta straight away. I am going to let nature take its course and we'll see if placenta comes down and out on its own. So I don't mind cuddling my little boy for 20 minutes or so, or however long it's going to take for the placenta to be delivered. If it does, you know, get to the point where it needs to be delivered, or I'm bleeding or anything like that, then obviously I will have the injection and deliver the placenta that way. But again, I want to do it as naturally as I can do. And then things like the vitamin K shot and everything else, they know our thoughts on that, and that was all in the birth plan as well. So it's all sorted. He could literally come any day now and no one's going to question what I want because it's all there in my birth notes. So other than that, this week I have been feeling incredibly achy. I did start off the week with a lot of cramping, and Saturday night through, oh goodness, I can't remember. No, it was Sunday night. Sunday night I really didn't sleep. I felt awful. I had cramps. I had back pain. I honestly thought maybe this is the start of labour. Maybe this is the start of something. And I thought it would be sod's law because I had the midwife appointment on Monday. But nothing came of it, and then Monday came round and I woke up feeling okay. But then Monday morning I was really crampy again. So I did ask my midwife at my appointment, and she just said that because he's dropped again, he still isn't completely engaged, but he's definitely more engaged than he was when we last saw her. And she said it's probably just the fact that your body is dealing with the fact that he's dropped, and you know, your body's trying to cope with that and compensating in a way of cramps. So I haven't had cramps since Monday. I think I had a few on Tuesday, sort of here and there, but maybe only for about half an hour, and nothing has come of it since. So I am feeling pretty good apart from being achy with my back, but now I know that it's because he's back to back. I can put myself in a position, if my back starts to hurt, I can put myself in a position to relieve that pain and that tension for a while, which is good. Heartburn has been insane this week. It's been ridiculous. It doesn't matter what I eat, it doesn't matter what I drink. I've literally tried everything and the heartburn is there. Last night I think was the first night I felt reasonably good and managed to go to sleep without heartburn. So I don't know what I did differently last night, but it wasn't so bad. It's one of those things that I'm just kind of dealing with now, and I'm hoping that he comes out with lots of hair, because that would make total sense. Everyone always says heartburn equals hair, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one. I have gained a couple more stretch marks, if not a couple, definitely one. My stretch marks that I showed you last week are growing and they're more prominent and they're not bothering me still, and Liam was like, you're gonna have to start putting stuff on your stomach, because I really haven't really bothered, if I'm completely honest. I've been really lazy with it, and he was like, you're gonna have to do something to stop them, and I'm like, if they're gonna happen, they're gonna happen, they're not bothering me. You know, I've got 4 weeks left. If I end up with a stomach covered in stretch marks, I've had a baby, for Christ's sake. It's gonna be, you know, I have stripes for my little boy and that's all that matters, and I don't really care. So stretch marks, again, not really much of an issue. I do feel as though he's dropped tummy wise. I feel like my stomach is a little bit lower than it was last week. I feel huge, and I definitely feel like he's getting bigger by the day. And yeah, I really didn't have much else to update you guys on this week. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my 36-week belly, and then I'm going to go through a few of my little tips for baby buys on a budget. Now, we've not really been on a complete budget, but where I have been able to save money, I've tried to and found a good few ways, so I thought I would share some tips with you guys. So this is the belly for 37 weeks. I feel huge. Definitely feel a lot bigger. So my first tip is eBay. eBay is your best friend, and lots of people stay clear of eBay, they don't like it, but I didn't really use eBay up until I found out I was pregnant, and the only thing, I've bought a few things on eBay, mainly clothes. If you can find bundles of baby clothes on eBay, you will save yourself a whole ton of cash. Now obviously when babies are tiny, they grow really quickly, they go through their first set of clothing really fast. So when I was looking for bundles online, I was looking for things up to 1 month, newborn, 0 to 3 months, things that he would generally grow out of pretty quickly and maybe not get much wear out of. And I'm just looking at my history now so I can tell you exactly what I got. I picked up 2 bundles, one of them being up to newborn up to 1 month. And I think that came with about 15 things maybe. It was £5 postage, which I didn't mind, but I only paid 99p for the whole bundle. So altogether that was £5.99 for about 15 things. The next bundle I found was the biggest money saver I have probably bought this whole pregnancy, and it was a baby boy bundle, so it was all boy stuff or sort of gender neutral stuff, 0 to 3 months. Again, I paid £5 for postage, which I thought was insane, and I ended up winning it for £4.20. So for £9.20, I picked up a whopping 50 plus items. This bundle was huge. If I can find a picture of it, I will pop a picture here. If I can't, then there won't be a picture here. But this bundle was ridiculous. I honestly thought that I was going to get a message from the seller telling me that I had to pay more for postage because it was massive, and when it arrived I was incredibly shocked that she'd sent it, and it was insane, and there was so much stuff in there. There were baby grows and trousers and tops and hats and mittens and everything you could possibly need. £9.20, and it has filled his drawers, and it is all he's going to wear. Everything was in absolutely perfect condition, no stains, no markings on the clothing, everything came clean, it was already washed. As soon as I opened the box, it was, you know, I could smell that it had been washed. I have washed it again since, I am going to add, but the fact is it cost me £9.20, and you could not get that anywhere else. So really, for clothes, try eBay. Just type baby bundle, baby girl bundle, baby boy bundle, unisex baby bundle, even try misspelling. If you type bundle spelt B-U-N-D-L-E, then obviously you're going to get every single bundle come up. If you swap the E and the L over so it's misspelt, you'll get some others, and they are generally ones that people don't see, which means they go for cheap. And that's where you find your bargains. Misspell things. People misspell things all the time. People have typos all the time. And people don't think to look at the items that are misspelt, so sometimes you can find a real bargain doing that. I did purchase our nappy bag from eBay. We chose one on Mothercare, which we loved, but it was expensive. It was about £35–40, and we wanted a unisex nappy bag, obviously, because Liam wants to be able to carry it too. So I looked on eBay, see if I could find it on there, and I ended up spending £12 and bought it, and it was used but in a perfect condition, and it's the exact one we wanted, and we saved ourselves at least half the price of the nappy bag. A few more things I've picked up are sleeping bags and blankets. You really don't need to spend a fortune. In store, sleeping bags are super expensive. I purchased one brand new for about £12, and online on eBay I think I bought two 0 to 6 month for £5 for two, and again, perfect condition, barely been used. Stick them in the washing machine, wash them for your own safe, you know, your own peace of mind, and there's nothing wrong with them. Just look. It doesn't hurt to look. If you see them, bid on them. You're gonna save yourself so much money. Tip number 2 is watch out for sales. Kiddie care. KiddieCare.com was our saviour. We ended up purchasing our cot and the cot mattress on KiddieCare for a great deal. They had a furniture sale on at some point, I think it was just after Christmas, where you had, I think it was 30% off furniture, any nursery furniture, and then also there was another 15% off the mattress for the cot bed if you purchase the mattress at the same time. So we ended up spending just over £100, I think, and I think we saved about £60 in the end. So make sure you check out sales. Some people really don't even think to look, and it is really worth it. Definitely check out where the sales are. Check out if there's any extra, you know, discounts and prices that, you know, you could combine to save yourself more money. Because we spent over a certain amount, we also got free delivery, and it was free next day delivery recorded, and they turned up. We ordered it at about 8 o'clock in the evening, and it turned up by about 11 o'clock the next day, which was incredible. So if you do need furniture, anything, check out KiddieCare, because they often do a nursery furniture sale. So they've often got sales on anyway, and KiddieCare is a great discount website. You know, they have their stores, but the website is awesome, and they do have item specific sales like your nursery furniture, or they'll have a bath time sale or a playtime sale. So if you're looking for something in specific, keep an eye out for those item specific sales, because you will probably save yourself way more money in those event type sales. Another great place to save yourself some money are supermarkets. Majority of supermarkets nowadays have baby events regularly throughout the year. I think whilst I've been pregnant, Asda has had 2 or 3. I think 2 since we've known what we were having. Morrison's has had one, Boots currently has one on. Asda actually has one on at the minute, so if you are looking for baby stuff right now, Asda has a baby event on right now, I'm sure. And you can save yourself a whole lot there. We ended up buying a play mat from Asda, and it was only £15. It's great. It's brightly coloured, and it will do the trick. Totally do the trick. You can also save money on nappies and medicine and bath time lotions and potions and Moses baskets and strollers and travel cots. They have everything. So if you do see a supermarket having a baby event and you want to get a couple of items, go and check it out, because they do sometimes have some real great bargains. And my last tip for saving yourself some money is Facebook pages. A lot of people don't think to try them, but I really think you could save yourself a lot of money if you joined a few Facebook pages. Since I've been pregnant, I joined probably about 5 or 6. But in my area, they do have baby and children specific selling pages on Facebook groups. So a lot of people will advertise what they have for sale, tell you where they are. You can bargain with them. You can talk them down in price if you don't want to pay as much, if you're going to go collect yourself, or they can deliver. It's totally an even playing ground on Facebook. Facebook is a great place to find yourself a bargain. I've seen people advertise Moses baskets and whole travel sets and bundles of clothes, again like you'd find on eBay, and You could literally pick up anything and everything if you just add a few Facebook groups. If you need to sell anything yourself after you've had your baby and you don't think you're going to use it, you could make yourself some money back. It really doesn't hurt. People aren't all that awful, and just make sure you know what you're buying before you buy it. And obviously you are well within your rights to go and see the item, and if you don't want to purchase it, you don't have to purchase it. But they are another way of saving yourself some money and maybe catching a bargain or two. So I hope those tips have helped you guys out a little bit. I know they definitely helped us out, especially in the first few months of the pregnancy when we found out and we wanted to start buying stuff. And before Liam's mum went a little bit crazy, we definitely purchased a few items before she did. So we saved ourselves some pennies on those few items. On those few websites. So I hope that they will help you like they did us. So I hope you've enjoyed this video this week. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it and found it helpful. I will see you guys next Friday, hopefully, if I don't go into labour before then, for my 37-week update. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye guys.